What is the best bushcraft knife? That was the question I had, so that's the one that we're gonna talk about coming up. Hey, welcome to the channel, friends, man. As always, I am stoked to see you. So coming at you from deep in the heart of the woods, man, and just trying to work on a couple things to drop down for you so that you can enjoy it and we can keep some conversations rolling about a few different things that I think are important. But one of them that is really important to me to go ahead and hit up on this particular episode is what is the best bushcraft knife, pound for pound, dollar for dollar. What do you need? What do you need to go buy? Time now, let's do this. I got to tell you that I think the answer is whatever knife it is that you have right now. That is the best bushcraft knife. Myself, and speaking of which, most of my gear, if you're looking for, including the knife I'm going to show you, if you look down in the description below, it'll link you off to my Amazon influencer page. So if you're looking for food, fire, water, shelter, first aid, navigation, just all kinds of stuff, you can check there and it's a good launching point. So, and I do want to know, what knife do you use right now off in the woods? Have you made your own? Is there a particular brand that you want, enjoy? Is there one that you want? Let's just keep this conversation rolling. So I have an SE4. So my SE4 is my primary knife that I use off in the woods. I've had this thing for quite a time. I got it before my last deployment, so I've had this thing for maybe 3 years. I also have a little neck knife. They're Izulu 2. Great knives, really good steel. It's 1095. Of course, it did come coated, and I stripped that coating off because I didn't want it coated, right? Because you know, the only thing I want coating my knife is a thick coat of blood. And of course, it has some micarta handles. It is a full tang. It's nice and fat. But is this the best bushcrafting knife out there? Is this the best camp knife out there? And the answer is I don't think so. You know, there are probably plenty of knives that are superior to this, but what makes a superior knife over another one? I'm going to set the knife down for a minute so I don't stab myself in the eye. Right, and so first off, let's talk about length, right? So my blade is 4 inches long. I think anything out in the bush, 4 inches is probably about right. But if you need to go get a 6 or an 8-inch knife to feel better about yourself, man, you do that too. Right, so 4 inches is good because it enables you to do a little bit of carving. It's long enough to be able to do some battening and just do some, take care of all things around the camp that you're probably going to encounter, whether it's cutting twine, messing with wood, whatever it is that you need to do, whatever kind of projects, you're going to be able to do that with that length. When it comes to the scales or the handle, really it's all going to be personal preference, right? Personal preference, whether you want something that's man-made or something that is natural. Now, when it comes to the steel, really, you just need something that's good and high carbon. There are benefits to stainless steel, right? Sometimes it can be easier to sharpen, to put a quick edge on. But when you're working out in the bush, you really want something that's high carbon. Right, and then on top of that, you need this spine to have a 90-degree angle so that you can use it to strike your ferro rod. Right, now you can find knives like that for maybe 50 bucks. You can find knives like that for $250, $300. What makes that difference? Do you need a $300 knife? And the answer is absolutely no. There's nothing that this, which I probably spent 100 bucks back a few years ago, can't do. Is it the one I want? No. You always want another knife. You never have your forever knife, man. There's no such thing. It's fine, man. I have more knives than I can shake a stick at. And each knife has its own utility and purpose, right? I do have a wood carving knife, completely different setup. And although I can carve a knife with this, it's not my preferred go-to because it's not what it's designed to do. This is an all-around sticking and gagging and chopping and dicing knife. I got diving knives, right? I got folding pocket knives. I got butcher knives. You got machetes. All these things have their own purposes, and it's okay to have multiple knives. Eventually, I will get a new full-time bush knife, and I will retire this one and then just leave this one on my gear for work. But until then, man, this one works. Whatever it is that you do, just make sure that you use your knife safely. Always cut away from your body. Never hand a knife towards somebody unless you mean to do some business. Right, if you enjoyed the content of the video, make sure you like it. If you want to stay up to date on some future content so you can master your craft, subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. And as always, until then, you stay stoked.